Hello everybody, hope you're well and safe, and welcome to Let's Talk More with Romail Gulzar. Today's my guest is 1588 from Leicestershire Police. We're going to learn about how much he's enjoy coming from the factory worker and to the police officer. Stay tuned, let's talk more. Thank you for speaking to us. Tell us a bit about yourself.
I am Inspector Yakub Ismail. I am, like I said, a police officer, but I'm also a family man. I came here in 1994 from Zimbabwe. That's where I was born and bred. That's where my family are from. But my ethnic origin is from Gujarat in India. That's who I am, and that's who my makeup is. As you know, I'm a police officer. I'm passionate about helping people, about helping my communities. But my other passions include my family, my wife and my children. I enjoy reading. I've taken up cycling recently, and I'm a very passionate golfer.
And you like biryani.
And I do like biryani. Yes.
You cook.
Not a very good cook, but I do cook a little bit, yes.
What's your favorite part? First with the county, which area where you loved it for walk or chill out?
I'm biased when I say this. I love the Melton Road and the Belgrave area. It's the place where I feel most at home. Not just because of the culture and the languages and the food, but it's just a place I enjoy. In my early years in policing, that's where I spent a lot of time on the east area of Leicester, which is the Highfield, Sternby Lodge, and Netherhall, and the Melton Road area. So I have got relationships there. I just feel the love. And I feel at home in that area. My childhood was in Zimbabwe. That's where, I was born. That's where my father was born. That's where I went to school, and that's where I grew up. So, having finished my schooling in Zimbabwe, I did lots of traveling. I traveled to the Middle East. I traveled to South Africa. Eventually, I traveled to the UK, where I met my wife. And we settled in Leicester.
So Zimbabwe to Leicester, share this journey when you arrived, first step in moving to Leicester, and what's the shock, what's challenge was first?
It was a big culture shock, very different to Africa, different to where I'd grown up. But those that know my story, I came to the UK without an education. As in, I went to a certain level at high school, but I didn't do A levels. I didn't have a university education. So when I came to the UK first, I was employed in the textile industry. That's where I was working. That's where I was doing factory work. But part of me always wanted to join the police because of the type of job that it is. Policing, it kind of resonated with my own values of wanting to help others, wanting to serve our communities, meeting different people. The whole aspect of policing, it excited me. So in between working in the textile industry, I'd always be going to the job center. And one day in the job center, I saw a handwritten card on the job notice board that said Leicestershire Police recruiting police officers. And my heart was beating. I was so excited. I told my partner at the time that's what I wanted to do, and the journey started.
Before we talk more about your being a police officer with Leicester for past many years,
Yeah,
how you can describe the Leicester?
Leicester is, apart from being beautiful, it's a vibrant, multicultural society. I love being here. There's something for everybody in Leicester, Leicestershire and Rutland. It's a nice city to live in. I choose to live here because, of the culture, because of the multiculturalism, the people in it. It's a nice place to stay.
As you just mentioned early on, from textile to the police officer,
Yeah.
it's quite a long journey and a big kind of challenging. So how challenging it was to switching your from being working in a factory and going into really the force?
Challenging, but and this is the beauty of Leicestershire Police. When I joined, those challenges were overcome. Firstly, I did my training at a place called Brighton on Dunsmore in Coventry, where you get all the knowledge of law, you get procedural training, you get how to be a police officer classroom-based training with some role plays. But then when you come out into the community, you get a tutor constable, and that's somebody that works one-on-one with you, that helps to embed what you've learned. So whatever challenges there are, whatever fears you are, the tutor constable is somebody you spend 10 weeks, 15 weeks with. That is the person that helps you overcome the challenges. So from whatever they are, whether knowledge of law, whether there was procedural, this tutor constable helped them with that. But also in the early days, you do attachments with different communities. We went to a mosque, we went to the gurdwaras, we went to the temples, we went to funeral parlors, we worked with other emergency services. So you're building relationships, you're building experience, you're building knowledges, and through that, the job became easier. I made a lot more friends. And, with building friends in the organization and externally, I overcame some of those challenges.
Most of the time, people see the police officers as it's just kind of a bit, they see like they have distance.
Yeah.
How you find yourself when you approach someone?
That is there. But in general, I think, and this is the Leicester, experience, is people like the police. I think we have trust from our communities. So in general, majority of the people are quite comfortable and open and willing to talk to us, and they engage very well. We have good relationships. There'll always be that minority that want to run from us, and then the challenge is engaging them. But to answer your question, as a whole, we find we have good relations with our community, and it makes it easier. People always want to talk to us, whether it's from school children, whether it's to community elders, and in between, we have a good relationship. I'm the chair of the Black Police Association. We are one of the two oldest Black police associations in the country. Leicestershire Black Police Association was formed in 1994, but formally constituted in 1995. Now, in a nutshell, the Black Police Association is a staff support network. That's what we are. But in essence, we're there to also help build stronger community and race relations. One, we're there to take care of the welfare of our members who are police officers and support staff. We're there to be there for them in whether it's personal matters or whether it's professional matters, to support them. But importantly, as the Black Police Association, we're also there to assist our organization with recruitment, retention, and progression of its members. And that's what we're there for. And we're there as a critical friend to our organization. We believe as members of the Black Police Association that we are the voice of our community in the police and for the police in our communities. So we can act as critical friends to our organization to help make things better. Now, the title Black Police Association for some people is misleading. We are a support network that's there for Black, minority, and ethnic support staff and officers. So that includes all minority ethnic support staffs, Asian, Eastern European, Gypsy and Romani traveller community members. We're there for all minority ethnic groups and Black officers.
We're living in Britain, Great Britain, multicultural society.
Yeah.
Everybody have their own equal rights and everybody.
Yes.
So why is so important to have Black Association, Police Association?
Yeah, and because what we bring is a lived experience. We bring a cultural experience, sometimes that's not maybe appreciated or perceived. So we help break barriers, and that's why it's important. We create links with our community, and vice versa. But also we give a voice to those, for whatever reason, who might not have the confidence to come forward and say things. We become a conduit to take care of our members. We play a crucial role as a staff support network. I'll give you an example. Recently, we had the Black Lives Matters protests and vigils in Leicester. As a Black Police Association, because of our links and relationships with our communities, we were able to understand, what the issues were, their significance, and able to bring in that cultural perspective into Leicestershire Police. That way, then Leicestershire Police, the Black Police Association, then could design a policing style that was suitable for the protests and vigils. And the feedback we had from the community was it worked very well.
What's your day-to-day role with as a chair?
Yeah, day-to-day role as a chair, I take care of the welfare of my officers. we receive phone calls in whatever, affects them, and we give them support, we give them advice, we channel them into the right people, or sometimes we just network them with wherever they need to. But in terms of Leicestershire Police, we act as critical friends. We give them, counsel and advice, and also we support the recruitment campaigns. We try and build bridges with our, communities. My day-to-day role is varied. As well as the chair of the Black Police Association, I am the police liaison in the Office of Police and Crime Commissions. So I'm that link between Leicestershire Police and the OPCC and vice versa. So I have a varied day.
Every Asian, I
Yeah,
still say in modern days, in
yeah,
our families,
yeah,
people want to see, as soon as the kids born and grow, done the university, they want to go to accountants, go to doctor, or go to engineer. Your parents have the same opinion when you went to say going to
yes,
college, coming to the police.
yeah. They did have that. It was a shock. My family thought, I came to UK and I'm going to go and get an education and become a lawyer or become something. But when I phoned back home to Africa to say I'm becoming a police officer, the first question, from my mother at the time was, "Are you sure?" But my father, who was a community person in Africa, he understood why, because he understood that the values of policing and his values of taking care of people, looking after them, working with the community, were very similar. So he got that. And I think that's changing in Leicester as well. In our current degree holder entry program, I think nearly 25% of those applying to come through are from a ethnic minority background. So the culture is breaking. But why is it breaking? Because a lot of good work is going in by our recruitment department. They're engaging with our communities, helping them to understand what the role is, and how they can progress and develop professionally. For example, I was saying to you earlier, I came with no education, and it might not be the case or the same for everybody. But in my policing, I've managed to get a law degree, LLB with honors. In my police service, I've managed to do a master's degree, and these are opportunities that open to me through policing. So it's an enjoyable career. It's rewarding, and professionally, it's also very fulfilling. And it's being seen more by our families, especially in Asian communities, as a credible career to go into.
You think there's enough awareness in the ethnic community to joining the force?
We can always do more, but I was saying of the recruitment department, I know they're going to the universities now. They're on Facebook, they're on social media platforms talking about policing and careers in policing and myth busting. But there's a lot more they can do, and that's why, for community groups that are listening or watching to this program, I say to them, invite our recruiting teams, invite our officers to talk to you about a career in policing. I am happy as the chair of the Black Police Association to engage and talk more about policing. It really is it's a fantastic career. As I said to you, I'll be doing it for nothing.
Great, Yakub. Just when some tourists come, you say Diwali, one of your favorite event.
Yeah,
Some of the tourists I've seen, we've been filming over these so many years,
yeah,
and they stop officer in uniform. They ask for selfie.
yeah.
Have you been stopped?
Many times, many times. Because uh, a lot of people, especially from our community, they're really proud of us, and especially Diwali time. You won't even walk 10, 15 meters without somebody stopping you, wanting to take a picture with you. Why? Because they value you. They see you as a role model, and you feel that love in the community, especially around Diwali time when I'm patrolling at, Melton Road. You just feel that you part of a family, you're part of a community, and you just get the sense that they're proud of you. And yeah.
What's your final message for people who are watching this?
Genuinely, Leicestershire Police is a very, very good organization. I would encourage people, have a look at our website, have a look at our recruitment opportunities. We're the organization that says to our community, if you think we're not doing something right, tell us what we're doing, what we can do better. But importantly, come on board, help us make that change you think we need to make better. But a lot of people don't realize with Leicestershire Police, and I want to share this with them, we have a positive action officer. We have a positive action strategy. We have a positive action leadership program. What is this about? The positive action leadership program for those like me in the Leicestershire Police that want to progress. It identifies our strengths, our weaknesses. It gives us the training, the development opportunities so that we can progress. We have something called the reverse mentoring program, where our senior officers are engaging with minority ethnic officers, black and minority ethnic officers, to understand their cultures, to understand their backgrounds. Why are they doing that? It's so that we become more understanding of all cultural matters. It's a fantastic organization. It's an organization that listens. It's an organization that genuinely cares about the community. So if the community feel that we're not getting something right, as I've said, come on board, help us make things better.
Yakub, thank you very much for speaking to us.
You're welcome.
Hopefully see you very soon.
Thank you.
Thanks.